Hello, how is everybody doing today? I'm doing great. It is rainy outside and I love it. We really need the rain here and it's so relaxing. I took myself on a little date yesterday to the lake, got myself some Fuji, some sushi, swooshy, which my son used to say, swooshy. Went to the lake and ate it. It was beautiful, nice windy day. Got to listen to the water and just treat myself. I went to the used bookstore and got 3 books, pretty much unbothered, which was such a refreshing thing to not feel followed or ganged up on. The only time I really had any interference was at the bookstore, which the spirituality section is right next to the occult section. So I had some guys run up and they were like, "Ooh, the occult, the occult." And they started looking at that section, which had nothing to do with what I was looking at, but they wanted to be loud and crowd me while I was trying to decide on what I wanted to buy. But I just tuned them out because I have children, and that's easy when you have children because you will learn to tune out fairly quickly, especially when you have more than one. So just treat the gang stalkers like children because that's ultimately what they are, and tune them out and go on about your business. So that's what I did, and I had a lovely time by myself yesterday. That's one thing that these people really underestimate. I love to be underestimated, by the way. I love it. I love it when people think that I don't know what I'm doing or I'm gonna feel sad or alone, because I never feel alone and I thrive in hermit mode. So I love being underestimated. That's like rule number one for me. So anyway, it was great to be alone. I loved it. I loved the quietness, the stillness, being at peace. I love that stuff. So it was a really great day. I haven't done anything with my hair today because if you know anything about curly hair, it's pointless to try and fix it when it's raining because it will just frizz right back up. But I keep channeling that song, Bring On the Rain, today. My hair is starting to grow. I love it. You can really tell when it's straight how much it's growing because it doesn't just blend in with the other curly hair. But bring on the rain, because tomorrow's another day and I'm thirsty anyway. So bring on the rain. Jody Messina. That's a really great song. I don't listen to much country, but I do like a lot of country, older country mostly, because Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn was my first concert when I was like 8 in the 2nd grade. So, fun fact, I also went to Twitty City, which is like the Conway Twitty version of Graceland. And I've also been to Graceland too. It's very cool. Yeah, so yesterday was good. The gang stalkers didn't bother me. The only thing that tried to disturb my peace was later that yesterday evening when my ex started texting me about Thanksgiving and wanting to know my plans, which has been the same for the past 8 years because I do not participate with my family, and I have had Thanksgiving dinner with just my boys or just spent Thanksgiving by myself for the past 8 years now. So it's always the same. I'm not going to change it unless I enter a new family via a boyfriend or a husband or something like that. But yeah, I don't participate with them. So I just let him know that I did want to eat with my son, but he could get him for his family's events, and asked him what time that was going to be. And he offered to cook for me at his house tomorrow evening on Thanksgiving. And I politely declined. I said that I would only hang out with him if he was willing to tell me his involvement in this conspiracy, which I know he's very much involved, very much so. But he said, well, that's easy because I have no involvement. And I know that's a lie, and asking him to be accountable or holding boundaries up infuriates a narcissist, and it really sets them off. If you block them, you don't give them what they want, what they're fishing for, you don't reciprocate so that they can manipulate you more. They really hate roadblocks, and they will lash out at you, lash out at your children. So that's exactly what he did. He immediately turned from wanting to cook dinner for me to him telling me no, or I told him no, that I didn't, I would hang out with our child, but I didn't want any food to be cooked. I wasn't going to eat anything that he cooked. And then it turned into, well, Jesus, just forget about it. You need to get some fucking help, seriously. And he said from the beginning that he's not my enemy, but he said yesterday that he's about to be my enemy. So he started making threats and said that things needed to change ASAP. Well, things needed to change ASAP with him a long time ago. And if he's not my enemy, then he would have helped me instead of trying to further the manipulation on his end by following me or flip-flopping. Like, one day he wants me to come over and get a foot rub, and he's texting me pictures of himself without a shirt on saying, oops, that was meant for our son, or sending me pictures of albums that he bought by a band that we both like, or I see 10/22, my birthday, on the clock a lot, and I've called it out so much that other people see it, him being one of them. So I consider that his curse whenever he sees it, because it reminds him of me, and he'll text me at 10/22 and say, damn, your time again. But then on the other side, he will also tell people that I'm paranoid and I think my uncle's trying to kill me, and that I'm absolutely crazy, and putting me down to our son because I can't afford to take him on vacations right now. But I just bought him a pair of shoes. He doesn't buy him anything that he needs. His mother buys our son everything that he needs at his house. The only reason he's taking him on trips is so he can isolate him and abuse him and put me down and love bomb him at the same time. He has an agenda with the things that he spends his money on for our son. Nothing to do with his actual needs and taking care of his well-being or spending quality time with him. He would rather yell at him and dominate him, like the video that I just posted and the text messages that I posted from yesterday, because I'm going to start telling the truth on this man every single time he does something. And as soon as I didn't give him what he wanted yesterday, he immediately ran to my son and started attacking him and trying to get him to tell him that I think people are trying to kill me and how paranoid I am because he wants to use my son as a weapon against me. But it's no weapon. My son has been here. He has witnessed all of these things that have happened to me. Most of them, if not firsthand, then by the videos that I've shown him that I've recorded of things that have happened when he's not been here. So these are not things that I've fabricated. I've shown concrete evidence to my son, or he's seen it firsthand. So trying to get him to use him against me or use my words against me, it's factual. It's nothing fabricated. So my son will go and tell the truth on him, and he has lots of facts to speak about his dad if he's pushed by the court system, and they have come to his door. CPS is looking for him, not me. They know where I am. They know my phone number. They know all of my information. The school has been involved. I've tried to call his school counselor on Friday of last week, and she will not return my phone call, so I reached out to her via Class Dojo, which any parents out there knows that Class Dojo is an app that the school uses to keep in communication with parents and post bulletins and reminders and schedule things on that app. So I reached out to her so I would have documentation that I reached out to her, and she finally replied after she didn't get back to me last week. I saw her on Monday in the car rider line, and the school principal rushed up to her and quickly busied her with conversation so that she wouldn't have to talk to me. But I left them alone. I wasn't going to confront her. I was going to give her more time to respond to me. And when I sent her the message today on the app, she responded that I must have the old extension to her phone because she didn't have a voicemail from me, that she had moved offices. But I quickly replied and let her know that I reached her extension via the school's directory when you call the main number to reach the school. So it's the extension that they have listed on their main line to connect people to the school counselor. I did not have my own extension that I entered. It's the extension that the school sent me to on their phone number. So that was a nice little excuse she gave me. But Jill Evans is the principal and Rachel Keller is the school counselor. So I'm very much exposing them, and I will expose anyone else that I've tried to reach out to for help that will not help me or makes excuses, because you're going to be exposed. You're not going to be protected. When this all comes out, it's going to be a very big deal and a lot of public exposure. And so I'm going to expose everyone else publicly. You're not going to be able to hide and say you didn't know or you weren't approached to help, because you very much were, and you did not give your help. You gave excuses, or you flat out ignored me asking for your assistance. So enjoy that. You're not going to be protected, and you're not going to be able to say that you didn't know. But my son is very much being attacked. He's trying to use him against me. But my son has an arsenal of experience with his father, and I have given him all the tools to speak up for himself, and the confidence that he has in himself will allow him to speak the truth when the time comes. You will not be able to hide behind the lies anymore, because my son is old enough and he's experienced enough, and he knows that these things are wrong, and he is fully capable of speaking up for himself. We're just waiting for the time to be asked, because it will come. The time will come, and the truth will come out. So if you're going through this, don't let them threaten you. Know that God has you. Document everything. Document everything. Don't be afraid to expose it. Don't be afraid to put it out there. Don't cower to their threats and their attempts at attacking, because they like to hide behind these things and play the victim. But when you have documentation, they can't play the victim, because you have everything. You have factual information. They don't have anything except them losing their temper and them lashing out, because they're just attempting to control with their anger. When they get angry and they do these things, they're attempting to control you. That's what anger is. It's a control tactic. So document everything. Write it down. Get your children to write it down. Get your children to document everything. Don't let them be isolated. Don't let it work on you, because they're going to try. They're going to try to be relentless. I'll never forget the time that when I was going through my divorce, and I came here to my uncle's house, and I sat down with my uncle, my aunt, my ex, his mother, and we were trying to come up with a way to split things up before the divorce got messy. And everyone was attacking me. No one was on my side, even though I had family here with me, quote unquote family. I had them here with me. My ex was in my face screaming that I was lazy and all of these other things. I was crazy. And when I tried to speak up for myself, my aunt and uncle got in my face and started screaming for me to shut up. And I couldn't believe what was happening so much, in fact, that I looked to my ex's mother for help. Like, do you see this? Are you in agreement with these people? You're just sitting there not doing anything. And when I looked to her for help, she just stared at the ceiling. She wouldn't look at me. She wouldn't do anything. She just stared at the ceiling. And that's pretty much what she does. She will fiercely defend her son for viciously attacking. And when you look to her for help, she'll play in your face, or she'll just act like she didn't see it. She didn't see it, like she wasn't even in the room. But it's okay. It's okay for those things to happen to me. They're fully in support of those things happening to me. But when the tables turn and her husband, well, I should mention her ex-husband, because she's still never gotten over the fact that that narcissist cheated on her, and that he's still married to the person that he cheated on her with for longer than he was with her. But she will never let anybody not know that. They still have to know that. She wants them to pick her side and feel sorry for her. I'm not saying it was right, but she's never been able to let it go. So holding grudges is only going to hurt you. It's only going to hold you back in life from being free of those things that have traumatized you, keeping you from moving on with your dreams and your goals, keeping you stuck in that place for the rest of your life. The unhealed, hurt, wounded person that they made you, and not healing yourself so that you can better your life and leave all of that behind, it just perpetuates in your new relationships, in your children, in generations to come. So you need to stand up against stuff like that so that you can heal and it doesn't continue like it has with her son. All the cycle did was continue with him, and she still protects him. And when the tables turn against her son, because he will go to jail for the things that he's doing and the things that he is, the part that he's played in this conspiracy, and the child abuse. She's very much abusing our child because he can't abuse me anymore. She's gonna lose it. She's gonna lose her mind because she thinks that yelling and screaming and being the loudest person in the room is going to get her way, or the fact that they know police officers are going to get them their way. But not this time. Not this time. He's going to have to be accountable, and he's going to have to answer for the things that he's done, and I'm going to receive justice. Justice is coming. The reckoning is coming, and it's not going to be pretty to watch. So buckle up, Buttercup, because you're not going to be able to get him out of this one. You're not going to be able to stare at the ceiling and act like you're not there. It's going to be very public, and it's going to be very documented. So there's no running, there's no hiding. It's coming out, and I'm ending this. For me and my son, we're not going to be a victim. We're going to be survivors of this. So I'm very proud of us. I'm very proud of me and my son for standing up. We've lost a lot of things in this. We have said goodbye to animals. We've said goodbye to my son and my son's sibling. Like, we've said goodbye to our home. We've said goodbye to a lot of our belongings. We've said goodbye to our friends. We have made room and made space for new in our life, and we are ready to receive that. I'm a week without vaping, by the way. I'm so proud of myself for that. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I've never smoked cigarettes, but when you vape, it's often, a lot of the times it's harder to quit than cigarettes because the nicotine levels in vapes are much higher than you would receive from smoking an actual cigarette. So I'm not sure what the percentage is on a cigarette, but vaping can be anywhere from like 25 to 35% nicotine. So it can be a lot harder to quit. But I'm doing it. Sometimes I'll grit my teeth when I get urges, or I'll pop some mints. It's a lot harder during the idle times of the day, like when I'm driving in my car, when I'm sitting in bed, watching videos or reading. I'm not busy with other things. The urge comes, but the headaches are getting less and less, and I am detoxing from the nicotine, and I've never been so happy to say that I quit something cold turkey and that I've conquered it. I have no intention on going back, and I encourage everyone out there to do this. My lungs feel healthier. Hopefully I can get my skin back in better condition with drinking the water and not having those toxins to dry my skin out and stuff. So trying to think anything else today. Yeah, I'm just taking it easy. I have some cakes to bake for Thanksgiving. I'll probably start on that tonight or tomorrow, but I've got my books to read, and I'm gonna meditate some more. I've been having some good dreams lately, not necessarily dreams about enemies, but good, refreshing, nice, friendly dreams that I welcome, and I hope I get more of. It definitely shows me that we're coming to an end of this, because I'm not having more and more enemies revealed all the time. These are actually nice people that are wishing me well. So I wish all of that for you guys too. I love you. God loves you. You're never alone.